Hello, welcome to easyodds.com. My name is Ross Casey. I'm here with horse racing extraordinaire Jake Johns, who's here to talk through the massive cards on Boxing Day. There's as little as 11 meetings on Boxing Day. Incredible stuff for any horse racing punter. So to sift through the best of the best, including the King George, here is Jake Johns.
It's Christmas!
Yes, it is.
I'm so happy I don't have to wear this thing on my head anymore. It's literally so itchy.
One last time.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so it's the King George. We'll start off with that. Yeah, God, yeah, it's. I cannot believe the Thistle Crack got, well, I can believe it, but it's crazy, isn't it? Thistle Crack versus Q Card. That is a heavyweight clash. That is a heavyweight clash to go down with great heavyweight clashes. Up and coming powerhouse coming into the fold. Thistle Crack against returning champion, battle hardened, 10-year-old at the moment, Q Card. It is going to be a humdinger. An absolute humdinger. This is why the word humdinger was invented for moments like this. But I had a weird feeling that Thistle Crack would be entered a few weeks ago. I don't know why they wouldn't. They were saying they wouldn't just completely discount it. I thought it was pretty obvious that they were the logical thing would be to keep him to a novice company, run him in the Kauto Star Chase, and then go to the Cotswold, take him out of the novice company, and then go to the Gold Cup. That was like the group that everyone thought they were going to do, and didn't happen. They're just going. They're just not afraid of it. The Snooks are the owners. The Snooks are just not afraid of anything. They just think that he can beat anyone. They're just think, I don't care if it's Q Card. I don't care if it's the same trainer. We're running him in the King George. We want to win a King George, and that's that. The race is cut up really badly, which is probably helped their decision. Coney Gray obviously has been withdrawn, which is a massive shame because there was quite good vibes going around about how they thought he was going to reverse the form. I personally don't think he probably wouldn't have reversed the form with Q Card. There was talks of Armad going on in it. Then it would have been an absolutely ridiculous pace. Really tough race for a novice to go in that case. So it's not the best renewal ever of the King George, other than Q Card and Thistle Crack. So why not enter him? He might not be in peak condition next year. They want to win a King George, which is a massive, humongous prize for them.
Yeah.
He could be injured easily be injured next year. So they'll do it now, and he's going to be quite old next year as well. So I have nothing wrong with it at all. And I think he's going to win. So that's even better reason to enter him. Obviously, kudos has to go to Colin Tizard, letting his two stable stars battle out against each other even before the Gold Cup. Some people were saying that they might not even run Thistle Crack in the Gold Cup because of the £1 million bonus that Q Card would almost very, very likely would have had a massive chance because he almost definitely would have won the King George if Thistle Crack wasn't in it, and then he would have had just to win the Gold Cup. And we know what happened last year when he was travelling really strongly and fell. Almost, I would say, probably would have won, but I'm not sure. I was obviously a massive Don Cossack fan last year.
Yeah.
Can't tell, but he was going really well. That's for sure. And he looked, and Q Card looks like it's just. I'm not saying just because I think Thistle Crack's going to win doesn't mean that I'm not. It's going to be. It's a hard decision. Q Card is an absolute monster. He is a monster beyond all monsters. He's obviously had his operation, and ever since then he has not looked back. He's pretty much got better of everyone, he got better of everyone last season up until Punchestown, and then faltered a bit in his first run out this time, which was obviously completely a blip. His run in the Betfair Chase was just outstanding, superb. To destroy Coney Green the way he did, it was ridiculous. That's probably one of his top runs I've ever seen him do. That was up there with the best I've ever seen him run. And come March at Cheltenham, it's going to be tough to tip Thistle Crack, even though I've already tipped him. But to think he's going to, because Q Card is fantastic at Cheltenham, and he's really, really good at going left-handed as well, which is one of the main reasons why I'm going for Thistle Crack here. On all form, he's just better going left-handed compared to going right-handed. Obviously, Kempton is a right-handed track. He won this last year, so he can win. Like, he would have won if Thistle Crack wasn't in this. It's not like he can't go right-handed. It's just that I think he's better going left-handed. And he won it in dramatic fashion, but you could say that Don Cossack came down when it looked like he was making a move. He easily could have won. And Mullins' Vautour was... You could argue that he didn't completely stay 3 miles. He obviously stayed it, but I mean, was he running through the line? I don't think so, and he also might not have been 100% fit because most of Mullins' horses, he's a spring trainer, they're getting ready for spring. He's not going to be absolutely 100% wound up that day. So, I don't know. They're the only negatives I have against him. But Thistlecrack, obviously he's beaten nothing over fences, pretty much, but he's just won on the bridle so easy. Obviously he's learned with every run over fences. He was really he's been winning ridiculously, just so easily. He's learnt buckets of each run. He started off jumping ridiculously, exuberantly, kind of standing him off miles, not giving it the fences respect at all. But he still jumped well at Chepstow on his debut. But then at Cheltenham, he made a massive mistake and pretty much landed on the fence. So, but then after that at Newbury last time, he was just so much better again. He just clearly learned from his mistakes. He clearly learned from his mistakes and just gives defences a lot more respect now. He's still a novice, so it's tough to kind of weigh up what he's going to do. But when you just look at what he did over hurdles, he's just an absolute freak. Does stuff that you just could not believe I've never seen before. Obviously, he absolutely destroyed the field in the World Hurdle and the Stayers Hurdle at Aintree. Beat good horses that day as well in the World Hurdle and in the Stayers Hurdle. Beat all right field there. And he's just got this ability to go ridiculously fast for 3 miles, like Champion Chase pace, and the way he jumps and stuff, and the way he attacks his fences. But for 3 miles, it's crazy. I've never seen anything like it, especially in the World Hurdle last year. Now the Stayers Hurdle. But yeah, if it all goes well here, I think the Gold Cup's going to be Matt. He's just going to. I mean, people were saying that he could go for the Champion Chase with the way that he jumps and travels, which is not which wouldn't be the worst idea. Yeah, considering the way that he does travel, but he's just going to win the Gold Cup travelling like that in a Champion Chase. It's going to be ridiculous. My only concern would be that we actually haven't seen him off the bridle for about over a year.
Okay.
Well, when was the last time we saw him off the bridle? Probably at Punchestown a couple of years ago. And so that would, and if anything's going to put him off the bridle, it's definitely going to be Q Card. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But I think he's going to win. I think he might win quite easily. I think he might win quite well. It's a really tough race, but I don't know. He could fall. That's a big danger as well.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, I don't know. But I just think he's going to win. 6-4 is his price at the moment. It would not surprise me if he went on favourite. Q Card is currently favourite, about evens. It's a massive matchup. It's absolutely amazing. Fantastic stuff. So Thistlecrack 6-4. That's my tip for the King George. Not really that exciting, but shall I go through some of the other races?
Absolutely. But just before we do, just a reminder that we do have free bets and offers on site, including one of Q Card, the current favourite, at 8-1. So make sure that you check out our free bets and offers page on site for the latest deals on all these races. So let's get back to Jake John's tips for the festive period.
Yeah, as you alluded to earlier, there are 11 meetings on Boxing Day, which is absolutely crazy. Best races coming from Kempton, Wetherby and Leopardstown. We've got the King George, the Christmas Hurdle, the Kauto Star Novices Chase, and the Racing Post Novices Chase, where we will see Min again taking on Identity Thief. I haven't got a tip for that because it's just not a minefield, that race. It'll be interesting to see who wins out of those two. But I think probably Min, even though Identity Thief is obviously a much better chaser than he was hurdler, and he was a Grade 1 class hurdler. Yeah. I don't know. I just think Min was pretty good, and he's always looked like a chaser, and he had excuses in the Supreme, but it's close, and he's 4-6, which is a rubbish price. So I wouldn't go anywhere near that race anyway. But the ones I do want to cover quickly are the 205, the Kauto Star Novices Chase. Obviously, Thistlecrack, this should have been his race, but he's not in it, so it's looking really thin at the moment. Frodon heads the market, but I'm not 100% sure he's going to run. Paul Nicholls doesn't have a full-on plan for him yet. It'll be a step up to 3 miles, but giving him that weight, and especially after his Caspian Caviar Gold Cup win, that's going to be tough. So I think he's about 3-1, but the one I'd go for at the moment, obviously the final declarations aren't out. Yeah. It's Church Town Champ, who I'm almost certain is going to run. for Dan Skelton. He's always going to make a better chaser than a hurdler, and he proved that right when he was with his first 2 runs of Fences this season. Ran an absolute blinder behind Fayette County on chasing debut. He was squeezed for room multiple times, second last, or it might have been third last actually, almost jumped out because one of the horses completely squeezed him out of room, and he had to came off the bridle a bit then. I don't know, he was travelling really well at that point, and then he got squeezed for room again, had to come around horses and stayed on really well. I think he probably would have won without that interference. Fayette County is quite a classy animal. And then he absolutely bolted up at Southall as well, which is obviously not the most amazing track in the world, but he did bolt up by 10 lengths, and the second has won since then. He was heavily aged down that day, and the second won easily since then as well. He should definitely come on for the run. I think he's got a chance at 12 to 1 each way. That's Churchtown champ in the Kauto
price there, like that.
Chase. That's not that is quite a weak grade one, to be fair. So that's the only reason I'm giving him a chance. But Frodon he will go close as well. Next up is the Christmas Hurdle. News today broke that Forheen is not running in the Christmas Hurdle, so he's not going to defend his crown. But Wondermare Vroom Vroom Mag has been left in. Very, very interesting by Willy Mullins. Willy Mullins. But so yeah, that's going to be interesting. But I think she is better over a little bit further. So if she does win, she's going to have to force the pace, I think. But the one I really, really like here is Yanworth, my early champion hurdle tip. So happy that he's going for the champion hurdle now that you know what I mean. Harry is impressed for JP in the world hurdle, staying hurdle division. So they're keeping Yanworth to 2 miles, which is his best trip, I think, anyway. He only just got past Little Rockefeller on seasonal reappearance, but he clearly looked like he needed the run that day, and the race was completely run not to suit at all. It was an awful race, pace-wise, and he did quite well to get past Little Rockefeller at the end, I thought. Showed quite a lot of guts. Obviously, you would want him to do it a little bit easier than that, but he's definitely going to come on for the run. He was really unlucky in the Neptune last year, not given the best ride, wide round the outside. His jumping's a kind of a bit of an issue, but he should still be too good here, I'd say. And 15 to 8 is actually a really good price that you can get at the moment. On Sky Bet, they were doing something earlier actually where it was only an hour, so I don't know if anyone if you got on it, but it was an hour special where he was 5 to 2. Took that immediately. That's probably my nap of the entire festive period. 15 to 8, Yanworth in the Christmas Hurdle. And the other 2 big races, I haven't done write-ups for these yet, but the Lexus, Valsalido heads the market, really, really short price, 7 to 4. He beat Silvernarco Conti last time, but that form has been taking a bit of a hit because Silvernarco Conti got absolutely destroyed in the Betfair Chase by about 70,000 lengths, and also he usually comes on for the run. So I don't know. He's good. He's got a great record over 3 miles, Valsalido, and he could have improved again, I suppose. So he could easily win, but I don't think he's the best price in the world. One I like is Empire of Dirt, handicap chase winner, won the Browns Advisory Plate on absolutely easily at Cheltenham, and then won the Troy Town so easily. Showed that he can stay the trip, which is important. He's just jumping much, much, much better than he did in the past. Last couple of runs, he's just really got it together somehow. And I think he's not 100% certain to running this. Gordon Elliott has said that he's not definitely going to run this, but I think he should be pitching in this kind of company now after those 2 wins. I think he's got a definite chance of making the frame at least at 14 to 1. And then, so yeah, that's 14 to 1 each way for Empire of Dirt in the Lexus. And then for the Welsh National at Chepstow, I'm annoyed because I decided to I'm going to write the Welsh National piece tomorrow. So this is, what day is it today? Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. And I thought, I'll just wait until tomorrow. But I saw that Native River was 9 to 1 with Ladbrokes earlier, which is an absolutely massive prize. And then I saw a video basically confirming that he's going to run in the race as well, which I wasn't sure because he is too classy for a Welsh National. I mean, he's the Gold Cup standard, I'd say. I mean, they'd be mad not to run him in the Gold Cup, I think. But so, even with this huge weight, I still think he's going to win this. I still think he'll win. He's 7 to 1 at the moment. I think he won easier than the distance kind of shown last in the Hennessy. Carol's Gesture is probably running in this again. Just idled a bit in front. A lot of horses did at Newbury that day. I think he'll win. I just think he'll win. I think unless he falls. But if you want one at a bigger price, Firebird Flyer second in this last year. Ran a really nice prep run last time.
Yep.
Clearly trained with this in mind. Goes on most ground, won't mind a bit of rain. He's 16-1, so he's a nice each way shout that I'll be putting up as well. But for the Welsh National, Native River at 7-1, 5 Empire each way at 16-1, Lexus Empire of Dirt each way at 14-1, and then the Kauto Star Novices Chase on Boxing Day at Churchtown Champ 12-1 each way, and then Yanworth 15-8 for the Christmas Hurdle. That's the nap.
Excellent stuff. So there's no fewer there than 6 selections from our man Jake Johns over the festive period, including the massive heavyweight battle in the King George. So thanks very much for watching. We hope that Jake makes you some money. Don't forget to leave your comments, like the video, and also of course subscribe to our YouTube channel for Jake's horse racing tips and my football tips over the festive period. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Ross Casey, and this is Stevie Wonder.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. How much fun it is to ride on a one-horse open